Basically, methane is up to 105 times worse in terms of global warming potential over a 20-year period than carbon dioxide. And it's ridiculous to think that we should be transitioning to a fuel where fugitive emissions are so much more damaging. I was reading one report where it actually showed that you can get up to 30% entrained methane in the water. So the water that's drawn out of the coal seam, you can get methane bubbles in it. Now, if you've got 30% escaping, that makes it far worse than burning black coal. On top of which, there's absolutely no reason to do it. The technology exists right now to transition to 100% renewables in Australia. And what a ridiculous thing to be building infrastructure and committing to a fuel that is a fossil fuel that creates emissions when there's absolutely no need for it.
In just 5 years, renewable technology will be on price par with coal, because the price of that renewables, like solar thermal baseload power plants that can run 24 hours a day, they're running already in Spain. Once they scale up, it's only going to take about 5 years for that to happen, and we'll have something that's gone on a cost comparison with coal. If we jump to gas now, we're actually moving away from that path towards renewables. So it's a completely false argument that we need this, on the way to renewables. We don't need it, and the earlier we adopt renewables, the better, in order to bring that price down and start to get ahead of the game and have technology that we can then export and generate thousands of jobs here in Australia. So there's all those other reasons to oppose coal seam gas because of the local environmental damage, but my position is that, and our position with the group is that we just don't need it.
We believe there are certain areas that should never have been considered as acceptable for the exploration of coal seam gas, and the Sydney Catchment Authority special areas are an example of that. The need for water security into the future as climate change progresses is very important and increasing. The need to protect biodiversity through the challenges ahead is also very important. So we believe there should be exclusion zones in those areas and the surrounding areas. So the national parks, the state reserves, national reserves, state conservation areas, and the green corridors linking those should be protected from the impact of coal seam gas mining.
It would seem that the community has to stand up and protect its own backyard. This is happening right around the country. So that backyard is Australia. And the question or the issue that I have is, it's a question, and that is, when did the government become the enemy? Why is it that we're fighting against the government, intent on pushing ahead with this coal seam gas mining, when the community is saying no, no, no right around the country? The community is saying stop, take a better look at what this whole thing's about, and yet the government seems keen to just push on and on with it. And I just want to say, here in Sutherland Shire, we'll connect with the Illawarra group and other groups right around the country to tell the government that we're concerned this is a danger to our catchment areas, to our drinking water, to the future health of our community.